All right, can you hear me? Test, yep, sounds good. All right, what up, y'all? Sorry, the technical difficulties. I forgot to restart my computer. All right, y'all. Today we got a weird one, kind of going for a bit of a mad scientist cook today. So I'm gonna go over it real quick because I'm thinking we might get going soon. Basically, I'm using grieving stats on every item, which is power, precision, ferocity, condition damage. Let me lower the music. Lower the music there. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because basically I'm going to try switching from a boon DPS to a Condi power hybrid. So traits wise, you still go the same stuff you would for a power build, because just to remind you, we are mostly a power build. We just happen to have a lot of condition damage on top of power, so we're sacrificing precision and ferocity. Precision is fine because, as you guys know, on Renegade you get brutal momentum, which gives you an extra 23% crit chance if your endurance bar is full. Okay, so once you get fury and we fill up our bar with fury, our crit chances is at 90%, and we have 1200 Condi damage before any might is involved. And again, with notoriety, we get 1000 power from 25 stacks of might. We'll go up to 31 power, which is pretty good considering. And our ferocity, once the cruelty sigil in the spear here, once that gets stacked up all the way, we'll have a little bit lower than the full power boon variant in terms of ferocity. So we'll be scarily close in terms of our power damage, but we'll have access to a lot of Condi damage on top at the same time while we're bursting. So the idea is to go all grieving with Dragon Hunter runes, and I went condition damage infusions, but really those should probably be power, but it doesn't really matter. So weapons are going to be short bow and spear, and I will also test mace axe. And while you're using relic of the claw, you know, you could use mistburn relic for a little extra crit too. An interesting thought. Is there anything else that could be more interesting? So basically this is like full glass cannon, no support, just go ham. Basically all offense stats. I'm a little low on crit, so I'm almost wondering if I should put on a accuracy sigil. Kind of thinking about it. I don't know, we'll see how things go. I feel like my crit's low, maybe I'll do it, because if I do an accuracy sigil, I probably have to pick one up because I only have one legendary. Yeah. All right, let's make sure my YouTube stream is looking okay. Is it looking okay? Can't tell. I think it might have. It seems fine. .400 ticks of fire damage on him. He died to the fire damage. Okay, yeah, quality looks good. Not about to worry there. Distracted, womp womp. All right. How much damage do these Condis do? It says they do like no damage, but that can't be right, right? Me. Does it actually do no damage? 39 damage torment? What? How does that work? Alright. Oh, I wanted to change one trait. Bleed duration increase. It could be worth. I'm spamming boons, so I kind of want this. Nice, got it. Alright. Could be in short, but I don't know why I'm sitting in spear. I honestly shouldn't be providing resistance, so I'm not doing much with it. Wasting my energy, really. Nice. It's a crazy pool. Don't know why I use that. Get moving. I was wondering if he was gonna actually try and dodge anything, but no. Like 2 stacks of bleed them. So just a reminder, I have literally no condition duration, so this is all for burst, basically. Spamming CC to make sure I got our friend. I kind of want to do like a big burst on a few people. See what if you notice even the Condi damage at all. Hard to say. Alright, so we got all our sigil stacks, and as you can see we have 233% ferocity, which in my Zerg build I have around like 250-ish% I think, and 2600 power. I have a bit of might inflating that I think a touch. And then we have 1300 Condi power, or Condi damage. It's kind of insane. So the idea is that you gotta try to get as much Condi application in your burst as possible. So I think short bow, spear, mace, and axe are probably the best options. And I think Malik's stance with banished enchantments is probably pretty worth using. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't see why not. Just like extra damage, not much. One question that keeps coming up is, should you change the traits to grab the Condi power traits, which is the corruption line? The problem is that these are all too important to keep. The notoriety is too important. I mean, it's not too important since we're going for a hybrid build, but it's pretty good. What do we gain, right? You definitely want this for the extra application, but we don't have a lot of chill other than strips, so which is good for a strips bomb. This is as aggro as you can get it, I guess. So what do we get? We get extra Condi application, but we severely cuck our like total power. Our total strike damage modifiers. I don't know. Let's just do it. Yellow, whatever. We'll be missing what? Swift termination, I guess, is really big, and notoriety is extra 250 power, but we get a lot more Condi power. I don't know if that's worth, to be honest. I don't know. Now, I wonder if Shiro, instead of Demon, and then using a Keem Relic. Let's try it. Let's have fun. Claw is fine, but I want to try to just spam out. This is only once every 10 seconds. Or every time I CC, I add poison. I have some poison here, but this is already a CC, so this is just gonna make poison stronger. I don't like Demon Queen that much for this. I think Claw might be just this one because a flat 70% is probably the best, but we'll try a bit of Condi spam just for fun. Alright, I'm gonna switch songs. Not feeling that at all. I wonder. Well, I like almost want. Nah, it's fine. Fuck it. It's not you, Shiro. It's not even thinking about it too much. Do 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. Condis. Get him. Got him. Look at that. Crazy. So how much of my damage is... Oh, look at that. Look at that, boys. Torment is my site number 2. It's doing something. Got a bit of stab, so I can be a bit dumb. Look at those downs. All right. Made it. All right. Pick this person up. All right. Got a cool little teleport you do there. Interesting. Wow, okay. Alright, how much of my damage is Condi? My number 2 and 3 are Condi. Yeah, guys, I'm cooking. All right. Let's switch to the playlist. Me and another board of this. Turning on maximum damage hacks. Yeah, I'm literally one-shotting people. They're getting destroyed, bro. What the? They're melting. They're literally melting. Look at this, guys. Torment number 2, damn. Busted build. Literally hidden OP. Sure, I'll put a cruel accuracy sigil on this one. Alrighty. All right. Yo, look at my damage, dude. What the truck? I'm telling you, this Grievous tech is broken. In case you guys don't know, I'm using Grievous stats, which is power, precision, ferocity, condition damage, and then I'm using cruelty plus Dragon Hunter rune to shore up my missing ferocity. So I basically have like power stats plus like a ton of fucking extra Condi damage. Very real, very real. Dark Aura. Oh, that's right. The seal skill gives you Dark Aura. What's up, Filthy? This build gonna be in Discord? Yeah, Discord. Yeah, I literally just made it today. But yeah, I'm testing. This is my first test. But I would like to test it against a real Zerg, so I can let you know if I think Mace Axe is better, and also if I think going Devastation versus Corruption is better. Once I learn those two, then I'll put up the build on there, and then I'll write out maybe like a little a written guide for the Condi variant, which is not much different. You just spam strips pretty much. It's pretty easy. But yeah, it'll be up. The Madman Cook. I think it's pretty good. It's working out. Like, you basically tell your attack to treat you like a pure DPS slot, but you just have all this Condi pressure on top of the damage instead of boons. But you have strips too, so it's interesting. You can almost take a Scourge slot, but you don't have any defensive value at all. You're all offense. That's why the Scourge, you know, if you have a Power Scourge, then this was like even better than a Power Scourge, I think. Who knows? We'll see. You know what inspired this, by the way? I think, I'm not sure ANET intended this, but I was like looking at runes today, and I was like, oh, what's the Renegade rune? Do you guys know what the Renegade rune is? The Renegade rune is ferocity and condition damage, major. And that got me thinking, like, why did they give Renegade that? And I was like, wait a second. That makes total sense. I have all this excess stats that I can move around. What if, on top of the power, which is, in case you guys don't know, Renegade is missing ferocity usually. You want ferocity steroids because you have extra power in the builds. And I was just looking at that rune, and I was thinking, like, what did they give Renegade ferocity and condition damage as the sigil for, and how could I use that? Is that a thing? And I was like, maybe I can just do full power, and instead of boon duration, the secondary that I'm splitting all my stats into, just throw it on the power, or sorry, condition damage, no condition duration, because condition duration is kind of useless because of strips, or sorry, cleanses. So then I don't know, I was just poking around the stats and I saw this one and I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Power, precision, ferocity, and then another condition damage major. And then all I have to do is make sure that I have enough precision, which you get through being, you know, Renegade, and then make sure that I add more ferocity in the kit. So when I have Fury, I'm at 95% crit with 2500 power, 3500 if I have max might if you're in the devastation version, which is more power oriented, but this one is more balanced. I wonder if maybe even I should switch this to Bloodlust, since right now I'm not I think it's in the bank. Yeah, it must be in the bank. Try something. So let me add this just to add more power. It's probably power's more effective, I'm gonna guess. I was gonna hop on the rev train a while back, but I lied and went warrior. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Rev enjoyment. Anyway, so that's what kind of inspired me to do this. So I was thinking, well, let's go full power, all power mods, you know, as much power stuff as possible, but use this 1172 Condi damage that you get from Grievous somehow. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I feel like if you're fighting a Zerg, I'm not sure which one is better. It's really close in my mind. I'm not quite sure. So anyways, if you look at the stats, again, no expertise, 0. I want as much kapow. I basically, every time I press my E or any of my abilities that have a Condi on them, I want them to hit as hard as possible, which is what I'm trying to do. Torment Fire. Yeah, it's probably better than... I thought Condi was bad for Zerg. It is bad for Zerg, but if you go full, like, let's say Berserker on Renegade, you end up having too much crit. You have like 20 to 30% extra crit because of Brutal Momentum. So instead of having 20% overcapped crit, I'm instead taking all that extra stats, and I am shaving a little bit down on my power and a little bit down on my ferocity in total, and I'm turning it into, instead of boon duration like I would normally and like go like the hybrid support build, I'm going basically full all the extra stats. Instead of going into boon duration, is just gonna go Condi damage. So if any of my Condis don't get cleansed, it's just extra damage that I'm doing. My overall power damage should be like really quite close. It will be a little bit lower, like, because I'm not using the full power traits right now. If I am using the full power traits, then it's like pretty much a like comparison, with just like a bonus power on the Condis that we're applying in the kit. Just a bit of a weird experiment. It's working pretty well against the groups we're fighting right now because they don't really Zerg. All I did was put my boon strips on him and he's dying. Look, see? Banished enchantments just killed this guy. He's running. Almost got him.
Right.
Look at this guy. Okay. All right. Actually, you know, looking at the stats again. Oh no, that's right. I forgot. The reason I'm rationalizing at doing Bloodlust is because I'm not going Notoriety with the extra 250 power. Which honestly, the more I think about that, I'm not sure if that's a good thing. I don't think the extra Condi application that I'm getting from here, plus the little bit of Condi power, is worth it. I feel like... Okay, let's think. I'm getting 10% torment damage, 120% or 120 Condi damage. I'm getting an extra Condi application on one of my main skills that I'm using to spam. Condi duration, that doesn't matter. Alright, so in total, I'm giving up 120 power and 10% of one Condi's damage buff. Ah, that's really not that good, is it? The more I read it out loud, is not great. I feel like just going Devastation's better. The more I read it out loud. Yeah, let's try it. Let's just stay Devastation. I think the keeping my strike damage as punchy as possible is probably the most important thing I can do. So, with that in mind, we will go back to Cruelty, which I don't remember what the fuck it is. And a Cruelty Accuracy for now. I could even go Shiro more freely, but I do lose strips, so who cares really? Alright, I'm at max might stacks. Alright. Let's go with this for now. I need to get another accuracy sigil for my other bow. For my other weapon. D. Was that an A-net tag over there? Hey, A-net's on the enemy team. Also, Torment is sticking on these recent fights. Let's go with Keem here. Let's get a little extra Condi spamming. Oh, look what we find here. I want to put these back to power. Let's do power. Oops. I ain't combat. I am in combat, that's why. I was like, why did my things change? I think I want to top up my power up a bit. All right. Draw Condi damage. All right. I feel so slow. Oh, I took off the speed relic. I don't know if I want to do that, honestly. More thinking about that. What the fuck are we talking about? Sorry, Discord. Alright, we'll leave those Condi damage. Can't really change those. the weapons. I guess I can do these. All right, so I'm now much more skewed towards power, and I need an accuracy sigil. But once I do have an accuracy sigil, we're cooking with gas, boys. It's good. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum. All right. I have NPCs on? I don't. Go. Sleeping on the job. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum. Ooh, getting sieged. Owie. Hey, Barbaric. Good to see you. Appreciate you. Playing some weird stuff today. Yeah, ported 2 feet away. Really glassy, so I gotta be real careful here. This guy intend to come out? Not sure he did. That guy needs to chain his immunities better. He died very quickly. Elite first before you report in, and then you can use your heal skill in 6 seconds after you elite. And then you can try and get out. Needs to get in there and do a little more damage. Dee dee dee. Oh, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Well, too much siege. Too much siegage. So close yet so far. I got a new meter on screen today, time spent in CC. Trying to see if maybe this might give us some insight into how our stab is doing. I don't really know if it's going to be useful or not, honestly. Right. Sometimes your squad on you forgets what stab is. Yeah. Sometimes the buggies can be tough. Tough and rough. Where's he going? Boom, 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 boom. All right, got 233% ferocity. Now that we got our stuff stacked. Testing the swim speed infusion, I don't really understand what's happening or what we're looking for. Alrighty. We gotta find some contento. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know what song's playing, but it's got real quiet. There we go. Ooh. As I haven't played much Rev, is Spear primarily a Condi weapon? Spear is actually a hybrid weapon. It applies conditions, but it does respectable power damage. It's balanced for both. It's slightly weaker as a power weapon than like Greatsword because it has Condis on there, but not by much. So if you go full power with Spear, it's pretty good. And if you go full Condi with Spear, it's pretty good. And if you go what I'm doing right now, which is Grieving stats, if you guys don't know, Grieving stats is power, precision, ferocity, condition damage. So power, condition damage major. That means my build is going to be lacking crit and ferocity. Precision and or slash crit we get as a bonus for being a Revenant, or sorry, Renegade. We're missing some ferocity in the build, and I'm fixing that by using the Dragon Hunter relic to buff up as much ferocity as possible, and then also using a cruelty sigil for 250 ferocity as well. So my ferocity and my power is pretty close to the full power variant of the build, or for the boon DPS variant, I should say. And all of my weapons apply conditions, and ideally speaking I would be in demon stance so that I can be using strips at the same time as applying conditions, which also when you use strip also you'll be putting condition. So basically it seems that Renegade was designed to be a power and condition damage hybrid. It could because of the design of Shortbow, because of the design of the Legend Revenant, or the Renegade Legend. And Spear was introduced as a hybrid weapon in Chantier Wilds, so it's kind of like all working together. Basically, it's all like melding into one Condi power hybrid thing. But right now I'm going to be in Shiro just because I want to try and, like, you know, assassinate people and stuff. Just mess around. Hey, I see that A-net guy. Who's that? Hey. It's an A-net fella. Put it inside the tunnel lesson to avoid the siege. Da, 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 da. Any fights? Hey Frosty, not really, nothing yet. Just kind of, I think just cloudy stuff, I think. You're thinking of supplying more stab for squad with Rev. Okay, you can do that. So Renegade would be a good choice, the Boon Renegade version, where instead of Condi you go Boon. So power Boon instead of power Condi. And you can go Shropo Spear like I do. It's good. It's good fun. Simple. At least I think it's simple. I don't know, maybe it's not simple. Bum 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 bum. We boom boom boom. There's too much siege here. It's gonna stand a little off. Let me just let them go through their thing. I'll just be reliability. Whoopsie. 49 days until you get your hands on the amalgam. Hopefully in 49 days they tune some of these bad boys up, because I'm not super crazy about the current loadout for all the specs. Honestly, I think they're a little undercooked. Bum 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 bum. Filthy amalgam. Yeah, I feel filthy. He's pissed. He's like, you're rang. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So for the next set of specs, I'm really honestly only looking forward to maybe Gale Shot in PvE. Maybe Ritualist, perhaps. Saw some Ritualist videos from the beta that looked kind of, I don't know, maybe might have been kind of fun. All right, let me grab my accuracy sigil here. I'll be honest, the rest of the specs did not jump out at me, and Conduit, as we all know, is just like a weaker everything else. So whoop, let me just go up here. Be easier if I come back up here. All right, so accuracy sigil with fire and accuracy cruelty. That's got to be the best variant, probably. Yeah, Ritualist Sustain was crazy. I don't know if that's gonna stay that way or what. That might be a tuning thing. But the playstyle seems kind of cool. Is there anything else? Honestly, sadly, not much else is sparking joy in me. I think Luminary has a chance to be cool with the light aura exploding thing, but I don't really have much faith in that. And Troubadour, maybe, if it's fun. I saw a PvE rotation look kind of cool. But that's all stuff that I would only play like if I'm really bored, you know? If I'm playing those, it's because I'm kind of like unhappy with or I'm just exploring and not unhappy, really. I really hope Conduit gets something, man. It needs something, please. I really want to like it, you know? It's either that or I'm back to just staying on Vindicator and Renegade forever. My two favorite builds. Keen on Gale Shot, yeah. Gale Shot looks fun just to mess around with in maybe World, and it seems like it could be pretty fun PvE rotation. So I don't know, maybe Fractals, maybe open world stuff, even though it's not very interesting, but could be a fun farming build or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Gale Shot definitely looks like it's the most defined, most cooked, most, I don't know, most put together. You haven't heard any Rev mains compliment Conduit? Yeah, Conduit is sadly like in the middle. It's like a 5 out of 10. It's like, it's a C, you know? A 5 out of 10 is like, it's not good, but it's not bad, you know? It's not making me want to play it more, but it's not like making me hate playing it at the same time. It's a 5 out of 10, right in the middle. It's got, I don't know, some inspired ideas, and it has some potential for interesting mechanics, but it's just lacking, really. No way you put it. No which way you do it. I definitely forgot to respond to my whisper here. What they say? Thief. Answer that. Hey, is there a Bindi or Renegade build to use in both Zerg and roaming, like gear wise? So the problem is that I mean, you can go power, like basically you can go like the power boon duration build and just tweak it so that it has like some defensive stats on there. The problem is with all of the Zerg builds that I put together, they generally have no defensive stats. There's no vitality or toughness. It's usually just power, precision, ferocity. And when you're roaming, you need a lot more. You need at least, like, I would say 200 toughness and 300 vitality. That's what I would say. And in my experience, the way that you reach that the most simply, I mean, like, it sounds like you're asking because you want like less hassle, you know, less gear equipment slots, and you want to have less sets of gear. So honestly, what I would say to you is a full Berserker set will go you a long way for all the Zerg builds, and then getting like a set of dragons and marauders will cover all the bases for roaming. Because when you're roaming, you want basically to mix marauder, dragon, and demolisher, so that you balance your crit plus toughness plus vitality. If you look at my roaming build here, like you see my Zerg Vindy is like power, precision, ferocity, nothing else, just straight up all kapow. And then if you look at my roaming Vindy here, I've got like 300 toughness and like 200 vitality, or 300 vitality, about 300 each. That's really the only difference between the two. And the way that you achieve that is by mixing in dragons, demolishers, and berserker. I guess you really don't need marauder. I feel like demolisher is taking the place of marauder in a lot of builds for me. So I would say berserker and then mixing in dragon until your ferocity is lower. Or sorry, I meant to say demolisher and dragon, and balancing down your crit to the correct level. And if you have too much crit, you can just like throw in berserker. But in my opinion, it's better to just use a full set of dragon and demolisher. Yeah, weapons would be the same. Yeah, you pick whichever you tune each item to make sure that you got your crit to be around like 95% or so, 95%, somewhere around there. I like to be around 95, but I know a lot of people who make their roaming builds go down as low as like 85%, you know, but that's preference, you know. It's all part of the Buildcraft at that point. All right. Yeah, for sure. No problem. Oh. Got a hero. I need a hero. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Anybody up here? There's actually nobody. No contento, Frosty. We took SMC. I don't think anybody resisted. I think we're too big. All good. It'll be a chill Monday for us then. Chilling. We gotta find some worthy contenders to test out this build in its full form. Which in its full form will be like this. This is a lot of Condi spam with a lot of strips and power damage. And the relic will be Claw Relic, probably, for just a high uptime and 7% strike damage increase. Oh, game's crashing. My game plan just said I'm out. All right, let me log back in. I was honestly considering not logging back in for a sec, but I forgot I'm streaming for a moment. So let's get back in there. The show will go on until I guess PóRR is done running. I'll run with the boys. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Alright, we're back. Is there anything I gotta do at the keep? No. I already got my sigil, right? Yep. So I guess since I lost my sigil stacks, I'll show you. My roaming build is basically Demolisher, Demolisher, Dragon, Demolisher, 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 and then I have Berserker. I have one item. I thought it was two. Berserker, Dragon, Dragon, Demolisher. So I only have one berserker piece, literally. And my power is at 2660. I have 1900 health, 2600 toughness, and obviously a lot of ferocity. And then when you go to Zerg, the Zerg variant of the build, my power goes up by 220. It goes up to 2800. My ferocity increases a little bit, and my crit increases like barely. So 1320 power versus 1190 power. That's really the difference, I guess. All right. Dee. The Smith guy gonna make it in? I think he did, right? Where'd he go? No, he's still out there. You're gonna come through this gate soon, probably. I imagine. That was dirty, guys. Holy moly. Holy! Alright, so, bit of my damage breakdown. Shade winds. So power. Almost all power. Not much Condi on that. Although I'm very Condi skewed right now. I think it'd be kind of fun to just have some fun with this build and just go full Condi. It's a lot of golems. Oops. Okay. Bum. What up, Drewski? Made a rep today. Might have her on the back. Nice, man. Good. I'm glad to hear you're having fun on the Untamed. It's awesome. It's getting real popular. You see it all the time. I think actually it's probably been popular for some time. For some time now, to be honest. All right. Let's get in there. Season, we're cleaning her up. Wow. Interesting. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Look at all that Condi damage I'm doing along with all my power. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right. What's up, AJ? Good to see you, man. Boom, 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 boom. I can see from over the wall. It's a mortar over the wall. All right. All right, being recorded. I'm just a simple boy. All right. Alright, going to turn Lord, you got it. This boss. Dragon banner's down. Yay! Alright guys, we're gonna calculate how much of my damage is, or not calculate, we'll check through the logs, like, it makes sense so advanced. Alright. Let's clean these up. Let's see. Looking good. Don't see any error cards up there. Man, I gotta catch up with you fellas. All right, some of your Untamed videos are juicy. Yeah, thanks, man. You're making me want to play Untamed again. I think one of these days I'm just gonna randomly stream Untamed. You feel like a god on Untamed because you're used to it. That's the thing, man. Once you find a class that really melds with your playstyle, you feel like you're unkillable, you know, because you know all the tricks. Okay, that was a pretty long fight. 11 minutes. Top damage, Spirit Crush, so power, and then burning. My third damage, 10%. Then you got bleeding up there. Whoa. 14 downs, 6 finished kills. Top damage, top downs damage. Just another day. Just going standard spear greatsword. Oh, very good. Yeah, that's a good build. Lots of days on that build. And lots of mobility. Honestly, that's just an all-around fun build. What up, AJ? Oh, you're asking him if his build is for roaming. Okay, I was about to answer. My build is for Zerging, but it can be used for both. Whatever. This Condi power thing that I'm doing right now, it'll be for both. You're waiting for a Rev roaming guide? Yeah. Sorry guys, I haven't really had a lot of time to edit videos. And I'm being very picky with my current Revenant Renegade guide. And then after I make the Revenant Renegade guide, I'll probably start working on some like tips and tricks kind of stuff. Just kind of short form stuff that are helpful. I think that'll be next. And then whatever else is interesting after that. If Rev is bad today. It's crazy how underplayed Revenant is in the stats, but in my opinion, it's the most fun. Torment is up there on damage value, 7%. No, Spear Greatsword on Untamed has a lot of days. You have days on Greatsword 5, and you have a days on Spear 4. You can also get one more days if you take the Storm Spear utility, which is pretty good, honestly. It hits pretty hard, and it's like a delayed hit skill, so you can combo it together with other hits. It's quite nice. Yeah, honestly, it is a pretty good spread. I'm hoping that we have somebody who's gonna use that like AI log thing that we have, where it kind of like aggregates all the data. I want to see how much my Condi pumped out over the course of the day. This is kind of a weird session since we're just fighting clouds, really. This is basically just defending simulation, but it could still be a way to show like how much of my Condi is actually going through all the healing. You're running Spear Hammer. Yeah, you run what I run on one roaming Untamed. I also run Spear Hammer. I like it a lot. I really like Hammer as a roaming weapon. I think it's good. If you use the Pet Unleashed skills on Hammer while you're being like attacked, like bursted by like a Willbender, you can like completely tank and negate their like burst on you. It's actually so fun. It's kind of like a weird thing I kind of started learning at while I was roaming on Hammer. Dagger Mace. Yeah, Dagger Mace is good. You got a stun, you got a Condi cleanse on Mace. Mace offhand is just so good. Man, I wish I had Mace offhand on Revenant. And then Dagger is good because it has all those forced movement skills that also hit pretty freaking hard. Not to mention the Unleash is pretty good, although it got nerfed about. I want to fight a Zerg, man. I want to fight a Zerg and see how much of their Condi's sticking. I mean, this build could be good against cloud stuff, and then maybe just go full power for Zergs. But I just want to know how, if maybe I can make it work at all. You notice on Rangers, Spear, Stealthing, yeah, Spear 5, Spear 3, yep. Upgrading your Spear 3 into Owl's Flight, it makes it hit crazy hard. The power coefficient increases, the range increases to 1200, it becomes unblockable. It's a disgusting skill. It's no wonder why they gave it a pretty long cooldown, like 12 seconds or something, 15 I think, maybe actually. Alright, here we go. Max. Try to max power this. I think it's gonna hit. Okay, no, yeah, it's working. Went right over. Being a good boy and doing my sieging like a good citizen. Diddly diddly. Come on, let me in, let me in! Pum 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 pum. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Womp womp. Clean him up. All right, guys. Let me catch up with you fellas. Oh, just filthy. What's the rotation for spear shortbow? Okay, that's a harder question to answer. Basically, on shortbow, you really only care about shortbow 4 if you're like talking about like a real rotation. But if you're trying to like burst somebody, like there's no projectile block in a lot of these cases, so I'm using 2 and 3 a lot. So I'm not sure if I really told you to consider using that in the rotation, but basically you have a couple of bomb combos that you have to kind of learn. You want to make all your hits like land around the same time. Like I guess I have a minute here probably. So a couple of ways that you can make a few combos work so shortbow 4 takes a second before the strikes land, shortbow 2 strikes pretty quickly, and shortbow 3 has like probably one of the longest animations. It's like as long as shortbow 4. So basically you always want to combo shortbow 3 and 2 or shortbow 4 and 2 when you're bursting. Hopefully that makes sense. You can also combo like spear 4 with strips, so you like banish enchantments and then spear 4. It's pretty good. Or spear 4 and banish enchantments after. It kind of hits around the same time. The reason I say it's like not, it's a little more complicated rotationally, because with Revenant rotationally, I guess rotationally I would say your opener would be, you know, Ice Razor, Dark Razor, and then you can like legend swap. You can also use Razor Claws because it's like it is providing some Condi. You know, it does a little damage today, or it does a little damage too. So it's like it's 15 energy. It's a little expensive, you know, but it's something. I use it a little rarely, but if you have a lot of energy, if you don't be afraid to throw it out, it's like extra free hit, basically. All right. So when you switch into demon stance, you'll be at 75 energy. Yeah, it's in my pocket. Sorry, answering Discord there, guys. So rotationally, you really, with this like Condi build, you only care about using the strips utility. So rotationally, that's gonna be a question really that I have to answer. Maybe you have to use your elite to dump energy a bit, which I don't know. That seems sus. But normally in the boon duration version of the build, you would basically pain absorb and banish enchantments, and that leaves you at 25 energy. And then you can use one more of these utilities and a few weapon skills before you switch out. It's a little weird. Basically, it takes a little like tweaking and figuring out a little time to figure it out, but there is a rotation. It's just hard. It's like hard to explain. It's not as easy as like Dragon Hunter, where you say, oh, spear 5, 4, 2, 3, legend, switch weapon, you know, 4, 2, you know, it's not exactly, it kind of sort of depends on like what you're trying to do and which part of the rotation you're in. Shortbow is a weird one in the rotation because mainly you're in spear, but shortbow is like pretty good as a weapon to swap into, and then you have access to a decent knockdown and a decent like well, basically. You know, shortbow 4 is really a well. So I don't know, it's hard. Rev is weird because of the energy thing, you know, it's hard to say exactly. Yeah, it's more dynamic, I guess. There are some situations where I have so much energy that where I end up using a lot of my utilities, and that's just because, you know, maybe we were like stalling in combat while waiting to position or something, you know. So when you have a lot more energy, there's like a lot more tools to mess around with. I honestly don't know what is going on or what Mortag's plans are. I was not paying attention at all. Kind of got a bit of a reality check there when somebody said something in Discord and I was like, wait, what? I'm in Discord. You're gonna learn exactly how I learned Core Wars. Spam. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what I did. I spammed and I was like, pressing this button while I'm spamming didn't feel so good. Let me not press it anymore. Very scientific. You know, actually I realized that you don't really care about using Dark Razor's Daring too much. Trial and error, yeah. Yeah, I'm a doer. I'm not a studier, you know. I'm a learn by doing kind of guy. When you drop a Scourge in one combo. Oof. When the net hits, basically. Alright, we're gonna attack this gate like it owes us money. Here's a Condi Scourge. Oh, the scum. The scum. Alright. Who am I gonna blast? That's a deal breaker right there. All right. We got him. All right, I guess reporting back. Apparently our keep is being attacked. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So much stuff. Look at all these boxes. All these single-use plastics. Alright, I'm gonna go in Ice, Dark, Legend swap, a Sharpo 4, and then try the rest thing. After that, I'll just go based on how the fight's going. Fools. Yeah, I died so fast I didn't really get to do much. I gotta say, I do like having a lot of Condi damage for de-sieging stuff. Siege dies real quick. Pretty chill day, man. Pretty chillin' day. I like that rotation. So for maximum like Condi bomb, I have to do. All right, I got a new little combo. I'm gonna test a couple of times. I'll just keep Dark Razor for stabbing myself up to get to leave, I guess, like to get out of sticky situation. Alrighty. Guys, I got a notification from YouTube that my channel has reached 1 year birthday. That is crazy. I don't remember. Hold on, what? Wait, is that when my account was created? It must be right. Because when was my first video? My first video was created October 14th. Damn, it's been almost a year. Holy shit. I didn't really start making more videos until November though. I guess I started in October. What am I talking about? Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Can't believe it's been a year. Wow. Time flies when you're killing noobs. Alright, let's try and get rid of these single-use plastics in my bag. Dude, what are these boxes, man? Dude, this is an insane amount of clicking I have to do. If there is any ArenaNet employee that somehow ever comes across this video and you see me doing this, what are you doing? Get back to the office and fix this. Make a open all consumables button or something. What are you doing with yourself? Man, I love this mini game. Best mini game in Guild Wars is opening chests. Alright guys, I'm done. It has been done. Do do do. Got bombed. Should have waited. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. The amount of people who can't help but enter 1v1 is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, this is rule number 1. Don't get caught. If you're gonna 1v1, you better be damn sure you can get back to your tag. Otherwise, you're a bit of an impediment. Yeah, shredded him. Goodbye, Mad. Bye-bye. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Sieged. All those firebrands have got. We tried, boys. All right, that was a good one to end on. GG, everybody. That was fun. People in, sorry, I wasn't talking much because people in Discord were talking a lot, so I was just kind of having fun with them. Enjoying. Look at that damage, man. Torment, burning, bleeding. 30% of my damage almost is Condi's. I'll give it, you know, honestly, guys, this is pretty fun. I'm gonna try this again on Wednesday. I like this build, honestly. So if you guys don't know, you guys are just tuning in. What we're playing today is something that I whipped together because I was looking at the superior rune of the Renegade, and I noticed that it's condition damage and ferocity. And to me, it makes sense that it has ferocity, but I thought to myself, why did the Revenant developers put condition damage and ferocity? So they view the Renegade as a powered Condi hybrid, potentially, right? They're trying to say that's a potential build. So then I started looking around the stats on my legendary, and I noticed that, of course, the classic build is Viper stuff, you know, because it has, if you don't know, Viper is power and condition damage major, but instead of ferocity, you get expertise. And expertise is not very good in World v World because if your condition gets cleansed, then the stat doesn't do anything. So I don't know, I thought, well, let's give grieving a try. So I pretty much have a full set of grieving gear. So my major stats are power and condition damage, and precision and ferocity are lower. And We get extra crit for being a Revenant, or sorry, a Renegade. We get extra power for using notoriety. So normally I'd be in Devastation getting an extra 250 power. I'll be testing using notoriety for a more power-oriented version versus a Condi-oriented version like this. I'm not really sure which one's better. I think power is probably better, my instinct tells me. Weapons. Sigils are going to be accuracy fire on the short bow or the axe mace if I go with that set. Well, more testing on that. And then spear is going to be the main weapon, and it's going to be cruelty accuracy. That gets you to, let's give myself some fury, that gets me to almost 100% crit chance. We'll say 95%. We'll say that I'm in a keep and I got a defense buff. And my power stat is really close to the full power build in the boon duration set. I mean, it's basically I converted all the boon duration from the Zerg version, which is 750 concentration. I converted all of that into condition damage instead, and I'm kind of making up for all the other stats along the way in the build. So basically, you got full power viability with a lot of condition damage. This is kind of what I literally have never played this before other than today. Today was the first day I tried it, and I think it's good. I actually think it's crazy good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The relic is going to be, well, I'm still figuring that out, but I'm guessing Claw or Akeem for more Condi spam. But I'm not super sold on Akeem. I think Claw might just be better. You know, 7% strike damage, just all really high uptime. It's just really good. So yeah, that's the meme. Hopefully, there's a Zerg that we can kind of get tested against, because you know, this cloud stuff isn't so great for this purpose. But if we do end up getting a Zerg matchup, what I'm gonna try to play is this build here. I will play like this, these traits. I don't have any boon duration, so I'm basically skipping out on anything that is boons and picking up damage if I can, except for Spirit Boon here, because you have no other damage-oriented option. So whenever you legend swap, you poison and burn people around you. Whenever I chill, which if you don't know, Banish Enchantments has a lot of chill. Guess I'll show you a little bit on the Condi bomb before I clock out of here and go to bed. Let's go to a dummy. I honestly don't know how good this is, but it's gonna be a fun meme. This might be the most off-meta weirdo thing that I've tried so far in Zerg. We'll see. So if this Abyssal Chill trait plus Banish Enchantments, if you notice, if I go and strip this target here, I'm applying 6 Torment now. So you can apply 6 Torment in AoE as you strip the target. So Chill, Strip, plus Torment, pretty good. So you can do something like triple 4, strip, triple 5, switch weapons, and then go into your spear combos. So it's just a lot of extra pressure. For the Renegade stance, I think I'm gonna recommend doing Ice Razor plus Razor Claw, just so that, because it's just the most conditions possible, I'm guessing, and it's very similar in terms of the base damage. If you notice, the damage here on Razor Claw's Rage is 1001 or 1015 basically, and for your stun break it's actually 934. So I'm thinking that the highest burst you can possibly do, I'm guessing, is going to be Ice Razor weapon skills, and that's it. And I'm guessing maybe, do you do it one more time? Hold on, let me, what's the cooldowns on these? So this is a 15-second cooldown. This is a 10. So I'm wondering if maybe the rotation is going to be Ice Razor weapon skills, you know, like normally, and then maybe Ice Dark. like you would normally in the boon version of the build. So you just go like this. Then you legend swap here. Strip, more weapon skills. Doesn't really matter. Strip one more time. So ice, razor, weapon skills. Yeah, I see it. I see the rotation. This can be something. Nice. Very cool. So then you do ice dark, switch, swap. Oh man, guys, I'm liking this rotation. I think it's going to be pretty decent. So you delay Demon Stance for 2 strips at the end there. Interesting, guys. This is an interesting little cook here. Again, Shropo might get replaced with Hammer X, but we'll test it. You know, I'm a Shropo simp. I think Shropo's easy to use too. It's gonna be, you know, with Condi stuff, it's hard to really compare spikes, but let's just say around here I was really trying. So an average of like 30k DPS. Mainly Torment, but it's getting amped up because they're not moving. So this is unreliable data, not important basically, but yeah, that's kind of the rotation. I'm guessing it's going to be, like I mentioned, you go ice, razor, and then you go ice and then dark, legend swap. You go strips, weapon skills, strips, weapon skills, strip, legend swap. Easy, 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 easy. There should be a lot of like inherent Condi spam plus strips plus burst damage at the same time. So if the Condi sticks, like for example your strip bomb is like successfully CCing people, this might be something pretty decent. So just to reiterate, we're gaining more Condi application, 10% torment damage, and 120 Condi power. Those are the only relevant things you get in here. So Condi application, 120 power, 10% damage, or 20% strike execute damage, which is good. 250 power instead of 250 Condi damage, which you could argue is more important. And then the 10%, you know, this one's not so great, but 10% opening damage increases, not bad. So 10% opening increased damage, 20% execute damage, more power. Or just like Giga Condi spam. I don't know. We'll try it. All right, guys, I'm gonna run out of here. That's kind of the cook. Kind of weird. I'm not sure if people have done this before. I've never really noticed anybody mention this or seen it. I'm sure somebody's done it, of course. But I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys hanging about. All you lurkers and enemy spies, you guys are welcome to enjoy. You guys have a good day. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for the next stream. And I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Enjoy this beautiful landscape. All right, see you guys. You guys take care of yourselves.